Hello. Happy Thursday. If you are tuned in, let me know that you can hear me. I'm using my wireless mic and I've never used it on YouTube before. So just let me know. My name's Amanda Levesque. If you haven't, experienced my YouTube channel or taken class from me, I'm really excited to offer this practice about receiving the embodiment of receptivity. So I would suggest having comfy clothes and being somewhere that feels quiet and that you can really go inward. I have a bolster here. If you have a big pillow, that can be really helpful. Um, so you might want to go grab that from like the bedroom or something, 2 bed pillows, and then any blankets. You want to be able to feel really cozy. We're going to be doing some nervous system work today. So I'm assuming everyone can hear me. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, but I'm going to be far away from it. So, welcome. When I think of the energy of receptivity, I think as a society, we can get really caught up in the mental processing of it. And we forget that it's an embodiment, that to receive, it's important to feel softness in the whole body. And this asks us to consider if our nervous system feels safe. So, this next 30 minutes or so, I'll be guiding you through a stretching and breathing exercise or practice to help soften the nervous system and invite you into the energy of receiving through the 5 senses. And while practicing this energy of receptivity, as it's an embodiment, we might be more open to receiving goodness in our lives in all forms, in love, in work, in prosperity. And so I am curious before we get started, what is your intention? What are you calling in to receive, or what are you opening yourself up to receive? I would love to hear from you in the chat. Again, I won't be able to read it now, but I'm going to come to the chat once this is finished and read what you all have written. And there will be a chance to share your experience if you wish at the end of practice. So again, comfy clothes, blankets, maybe a couple pillows, and we're going to get started. We're going to come lying down, face down on the ground. So the feet are kind of mats width distance or hips width distance. You'll stack your forearms and then rest your forehead on your stacked forearms. This is referred to in yoga as crocodile pose. So you might imagine the energy of a crocodile floating in still water. And in this way, we're shutting out excess light from the environment. And we're inviting the front body, the chest, the belly, the front of the hips, the quads, to find a state of softening as they meet the ground beneath. Give yourself permission to just fall into the floor. And to some, it can feel claustrophobic to be face down like this. If that's your experience, see what it might be like to breathe into your back space. So we have all this access into the area of the back. Inviting the spine to move, the back to move with every inhale and exhale. Get a sense for how the ground beneath is really supporting you. Gravity is flowing through the body, and your body gets to fall in response towards that force and into the earth. And the earth can hold you. Invite the jaw to unhinge. Let the forehead be soft. And feel the belly start to release tension. Imagine that the inner ears can even start to soften. And in this space of visual darkness, scan the environment around and notice sound. Distant sounds, maybe traffic, maybe voices, maybe footsteps. And then more immediate sounds happening in the environment, like the buzzing of electronics or the movement of air. And instead of reaching out with your energy to look for sounds, see what it might be like to rest your energy back and receive whatever sounds are present. Nervous system softening, receiving sound vibrations, melting into the earth. Well, slowly, as you're ready, press yourself up to your hands and knees. I'm going to start to move out your spine. So, from your hands and knees, we're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze, and then alternatively, you're going to round the spine, press the palms down, tuck the chin to the chest. This time, as you drop the belly and lift the gaze, take a breath in and exhales round. So you'll continue on your own breath. Inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. If available, go ahead and seal your lips and see if you can breathe in and out of your nose. As you're doing this movement, the intention is to wake up the spine. This is part of the central nervous system. So we are energizing this area of the body, massaging it, moving it. And syncing the breath with the movement is also very soothing to the nervous system. So if you're tuning in midday and you're feeling quite scattered, this intentional breath to movement can be a really powerful way to enter back into the body. Sometimes it can be hard to go from being really active mentally into finding stillness right away. So we're just moving a little bit. This might feel really good on the lower back, maybe in between the shoulder blades, maybe the neck. Taking one more arch and one more round and pausing in a tabletop just for a moment. Next, we're going to release tension in the feet. So you'll tuck your toes under for toe squat, and then you're going to walk your hands back to your knees and rest your hips on your heels. This might be a lot. So you can always lift your hips up. You can rest your hands down. This will invite an opening along the bottoms of the feet so that we can encourage a connection into the ground and into the earth to ground our energy. So even if you're feeling like this is fireworks in your feet right away, it's a great opportunity to work with the nervous system. You can do this by placing a hand on the belly and breathing into the belly. If your shoulders are pulling up into your ears, rest your shoulders down. If your jaw is tense, let there be a softness in your jaw. And as best you can, see if you can invite sensation to just be present. We won't be here for super long, just about a minute or so. And sometimes when our mind takes us off into a swirl, intensity in the body can be helpful to ground the energy. So we are bringing energy into the feet now, even if it's intense. See what you might soften. Calming the nervous system so we can step into an embodiment of receiving. And release. Finding your way to tabletop, untuck the toes and go ahead and tap out the feet. Feeling any tingling, any moving. And from here, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips high, find your way into downward dog. So you'll continue to bend the knees, shake out the head, wiggle out the hips. We won't be in this shape for very long. So moving intuitively, pressing the palms of the hands down to lengthen the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And go ahead and bend the knees quite a bit and start to walk the hands back towards the feet one at a time. We're going to set up for a forward fold here. So bend the knees a lot, a lot, a lot. Grab opposite elbows. Relax your head and let your upper body hang. If this is too much, you can always place any books or anything like maybe a bolster or pillows out in front of you for a little extra support and place your hands there. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to bend the knees, and this will help you find a release in the lower back. Again, we'll be here for a couple of minutes. And this is a chance to lean in to any sensation that's arising along the back line of the body. Maybe it's the calves, backs of the knees, the hamstrings. Take a couple of deep breaths. As the torso is flipped upside down, the effects of gravity are reversed. The head is hanging heavy, so the spine is decompressing. Go ahead and shake the head yes, shake the head no. Blood is rushing to the brain. Breath is steady. Breath flows in. And breath flows out. And in light of this embodiment of receptivity, we often fight sensation. We wish it wasn't there or try to distract our attention from it. What would it be like if you let your consciousness receive whatever is happening in your body right now? Maybe the sensation is growing. Maybe it's shifting location. Maybe you are finding release. Letting it all be there. Letting your nervous system breathe with it. Melting towards the earth. We're going to release the grip of the elbows, bend the knees a lot, and slowly roll up to stand. So take your time here. Let this feel luxurious. Stacking the spine, rolling bottom of the spine. One vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. Chin is the last thing to rise, moving slowly. And notice what it feels like to stand. You open up the soles of the feet, lengthen the back line of the body. And now all that blood that rushed to the head is coming back down into the torso. We're shifting energy. For just a moment, place your hands at your heart and think about what it is that you are softening in to receive. What goodness do you want to open yourself to? It could be a career move, it could be a relationship. Maybe it's simply feeling good in your body. Maybe it's more resources, more money. Maybe it's compliments and kind words. Find something specific. And in this next flow, we'll work with it. So separate the feet nice and wide here and turn the toes out. I'm going to bend the knees. So this will get into the hips. Soften the feet on the ground. Inhale the arms up, sweeping them down and up. And the movement is to stack the palms, press them down the center of the body, and straighten the legs. So we'll do that once more together. Inhale, knees bend, arms reach out to the side and up. Exhale, press through center, pressing down into the earth, grounding your energy. We'll take one more together. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise. Exhale, press down with the legs, down with the hands. Good. So continue on your own breath. And as you sweep the arms out in each direction, invite that thing you'd like to receive into your center. And as you exhale, ground it down into your energy field, into your body. Inhaling, opening yourself up, gathering. Exhale, inviting in. Making sure you're breathing, using your whole body here. Inhale, inviting it in. Opening up, expanding out. Exhale, pulling it into your center, grounding it into reality. We'll take one more. Expanding and opening. Bringing it into your life, into your body, into your energy field. Go ahead and release that. Find a moment just standing with your feet under your hips, hands back at your heart. Sense into whatever arose. And we're going to have a seat. Let's do another breathing exercise here. So you can sit on your heels, you can sit cross-legged, you could grab a pillow. This breath exercise will be to grab your elbows. And as you inhale, the forearms will lift all the way up into the center of the eyebrows. And as you exhale, you'll release your elbows, sweep the arms out to the side and reach them all the way down like wings. Again together, grabbing the elbows, inhale, lift. And exhale, reach in a circle. So you'll continue on your own breath here. You'll notice this movement is kind of opposite of that first one we were doing. When we receive, we can also have more to give. So you're lifting that energy out of the midline. And you're reaching out into your auric field, into your energy, into the space around you, smoothing it out, reaching into abundance of all kinds. pulling that energy from your center, from your heart, from your midline, and reaching it out into the space around you, becoming magnetic, receiving through your energy field, letting the breath soothe the nervous system, create a sense of calm and a sense of focus. Seeing if you can hear your breath. We'll take one more round from wherever you're at. And when you're finished, find a still place and pause for a moment. So often we're rushing through our day from A to B that we don't take the time to just pause, to notice how we are in any given moment, to be with the body. Next, you'll take your bolster if you have one, or pillows. If you don't have any, that's fine too. You can just lay flat on the ground and do the same shape. But we'll align the prop right up by the base of the spine. You're going to plant the soles of your feet together and then let your knees extend open. If you have an extra blanket to cover up with here, that might feel really good. Let yourself drape down onto your bolster or your pillow. And again, if you don't have one, you can just do the same shape, just lying flat on the ground. Extend your arms out to the side. And if you want to cover up with a blanket, you can do so. If you have eye pillows or eye covers, that could feel really good right now. But we'll be here for several minutes. When we started this practice closed down towards the earth. And this is a complete opening. And if it feels too exposed or kind of nerve wracking, maybe, again, covering with a blanket can be helpful. You can always straighten the legs instead of having the knees splayed open. Always listening to what feels good to you. The heart is elevated here. And there's nothing to do but let gravity flow through the body and help you to pour onto the earth. And as you receive gravity, the body starts to unwind on its own. There's no doing involved. You are just being. And yet so many things are happening. Notice sensation in the hips, maybe in the chest. And this posture kind of signals this opening into life. This, I receive what is here now. I'm softening into this shape and thus receiving all of the benefits. My belly can start to open. My hips start the process of melting. My heart can start to relax. This downward shift into yielding. And if it feels difficult to do for any reason, You might tell your body, your nervous system, or suggest or remind that it's safe, that in this moment right now, in this present moment, there's no threat. It is safe to just be. It is safe to receive gravity, to receive sensation, to receive breath, and to receive all of the goodness that is here for me. It is safe to feel good. You might remember your intention, what you wish to soften into receiving. And you might repeat an affirmation a few times, whichever one resonates. You could say, "It is safe to receive blank," or "I open myself to receive blank." And repeating it and feeling the words in the body, taking it out of the mind, bringing it into every cell of you, letting yourself collapse onto the earth. Notice what happens. If you're on a pillow or a bolster, slowly roll off and remove it from underneath you and just come to lie on the back. We'll be on the back for a couple of minutes here in an integrative shape of the body. So something that feels neutral and relaxing to you. You could slide a pillow underneath the knees. If you want to rest on your side or on your belly, you can do that too. But as you're lying here in stillness, perhaps you notice how the heart is beating on its own. You aren't doing anything. Your digestive system is processing food. Blood is flowing. There's so much intelligence flowing through every cell of your body. What's it like to receive that intelligence? To feel awe, to feel gratitude. Thank you. The earth below you receiving your body, holding it. You yielding onto the earth. Notice what it feels like to be held, to be received. When we receive, we're giving the same gift. We're holding, we're embracing, we're letting in. Notice how good that feels. We'll slowly start to come out of this shape. Of course, you're welcome to stay, but wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, rolling out the ankles. Maybe finding a long body stretch, reaching fingers to toes, maybe yawning. And roll over onto either side. And press yourself up to have a seat. From this seated position, let's place our hands on our hearts and feel how the body is in this moment. Maybe a bit softer, maybe with a bit more ease. We'll take one breath together, exhaling the air from the lungs. Take a deep breath in and a gentle breath out. And thank you so much to each of you for practicing with me and being here. I would love to hear from you if you have anything you want to share about practice or what you're bringing into your life to receive, whether you're live or on the replay. If you found value in this class, I'd love it if you would give it a like. Um, and feel free to subscribe for more goodies about embodiment and how to navigate through this wild world with these human bodies we have, especially as high achievers. So thank you so, so much.